גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. God of all generations, of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, be praised. Your wondrous creative power fills heaven and earth.
God of life and death, be praised. Through us, send help to the falling, healing to the sick, freedom to the captive. Confirm your faithfulness to those who sleep in the dust.
Awesome and holy God, be praised. With acts of love and truth, we hallow your name. As it is said, be holy, for I, your eternal God, am holy.
God of times and seasons, be praised. Enable us through Sabbath rest to explore and learn and impart the meanings of your Torah. Make our hearts ready to serve you this day and all day.
God, who answers prayer, be praised. May we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God.
Source of life and its wonders, be praised. You are the miracle within all we behold. You are goodness, you are compassion. We give thanks to you forever.
God of peace, of justice, and of love, be praised. Inspire us to banish forever hatred, war, and bloodshed. Help us to establish forever one human family united in peace. God of peace, bless us with peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ve'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
I know you've got something you wanted to tell God, or that you're listening. Now is the time. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. At this time in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of our prayer books. Those for whom we are praying today include Carl Bagey, Virginia Branch, Naomi Brody, Sylvia Cole, David DeFata, Glenn Ellis, Shirley Eltis, Jill Fixler, Bob Fry, Tracy Gold, Val Gold, Susan Israel, Sister Mary Joan, Jada Wynn, Monsignor Earl Provenza, Justin Rukowski, Shirley Seligman, Joanne Smith, Bob Sussman, Jennifer Toys, and Stephen Zilanka. If you have other names that you'd like us to add to our prayers, I invite you to do so.
Jackie Biomonte, Dean Wilson, Bimah Shahir,
Batman.
Lyndon Roy Harper.
For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. And it has become our tradition to add, Misheberach avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our ancestors. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they have been called to serve. May they return home safely. And let us say,
Amen.
and actually, with that then, I'm going to first call Commander Dr. Barry Schneider, who is here to represent the veterans who had been called to serve. He has a moment, things to tell us. Let me do this. I'll give you the microphone. Thank you. Hold on, too many hands.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi, thank you for sharing the Bimah with me
Pleasure.
and giving me the honor to talk to your congregation again. It's nice to be back in Shreveport. It's always a pleasure to come up here. When I was on active duty, I spent a fair amount of time running between Fort Worth and Barksdale, so I'm pleased to be here. As Rabbi said, I'm Barry Schneider. I'm the commander for the Jewish War Veterans of the United States of America for the Department of Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. For those who may be unfamiliar with Jewish war vets, we're the oldest veterans organization in the country. We were the first and only chartered veterans organization in the country, celebrating our 119th year this year. We started after the Spanish-American War, when there was a thought that Jews don't fight, Jews don't support their country, and shouldn't be allowed to. Those of you who know the history of this country know that we've been defending this country since the days of New Amsterdam and Peter Stuyvesant. So we've been doing this for a long time. Well, why do we exist today? Well, the mission of Jewish war veterans is threefold. First, it's to fight against anti-Semitism wherever it's found and to support the State of Israel and the Israeli Defense Force. Secondly, we support our Jewish troops of all services around the world. There are over 5,000 Jewish men and women currently serving on active duty all over the world, over 60 of which have been killed, and several, about 1,500 last count, are injured and require help. And these people who require help, unlike some of the wars that we've had, this is going to be life-going. They're going to need assistance throughout their entire life. So we take care of everybody, all vets. We work for the betterment of all vets. And the tragedy at Fort Hood yesterday, I've lost track of the time, is one of the main reasons we exist, is to fight that kind of thing. The perpetrator was in the process of being mentally evaluated. The process right now is so slow that when our national commander, Bob Picard, talked to Congress a couple of weeks ago, this is one thing he told them: the system is broken. It's only through strength of numbers, dealing with our congressional groups, and pounding them that we're going to get this fixed and hopefully solve situations and prevent them from happening like we had for a second time at Fort Hood. Well, if you're a veteran who served on active duty, in the reserves, in the National Guard, any branch of the military service, that includes the Coast Guard. Some people aren't sure about that, but it does include the Coast Guard. Since 1940, and were honorably discharged, you're eligible to be an active member of Jewish war veterans. If you served in any of our allied forces, whether it's the IDF or England or Canada, and in today's world that includes Russian soldiers from World War II, and we have a few of those in our post, you're eligible to be an associate member. If, like so many of us, you've never served, but you want to support the organization, there is a category called patron membership. Dues for all categories are $50 a year. It's not a great deal of money for what it does for the country and the organization. We will be holding a meeting here at B'nai Zion at 1:30 Sunday afternoon. And I can go into more detail about the organization at that point and answer any questions, but I want to keep this short this evening so that we can conclude. But I just want to end with one thought. As we were going through the service this evening, we talked about doing the right thing. We talked about tikkun olam. It's up to us as Jews, as Americans, at this season of our freedom, a week from Monday, to get this post going, to become a voice and part of the larger Jewish community, and to help us solve the problems that are facing all of us. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you all. Good Shabbos.
And before you come off, so how many of you are veterans that fit in and they do? Raise your hands, please, because we are very proud to have you. We're very proud to have you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you.
Please join us Sunday afternoon, 1:30.
We have application forms. If you hadn't yet gotten them, they're out in the back with other things. And along the lines of Tikkun Olam, taking care of each other. Oh, too many microphones. I didn't mean to be so close. Women of Reform Judaism have been taking care of us for a very long time as well. You said that you were going to be helping to describe who you are and a little bit of your background. I know that Soozi Waxman is, among other things, part of our regional board district and part of the international WRJ International. And for those of you who have been here at all in the past few years, she's also Rabbi Marshall Clavin of the ISJL's mother. She's mother to other people. We're especially proud of Marshall. He's our rabbi, and we're crazy about him. So I'd like to invite up Soozi Waxman to please join us. Thanks.
Thank you so much, and again, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for having me here. I sit on the executive board of the Southwest District of Women of Reform Judaism, and I am your sisterhood's area director. What does that mean in a nutshell? I'm a phone call away if you need help. That's just about what it is. I'm a drive away if you want me to come.
It's a long drive.
I'm from St. Louis, and I drove in today. I'd like to start off by reading something to you from a book that is written by Women of Reform Judaism. It's Covenant of the Generations. It's in a series of books. There's two other ones, Covenant of the Soul and Covenant of the Heart. Oh, I hate microphones.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sisters by choice. We are sisters by choice. We have chosen to be there for each other. And at the end of our days, the friendships that we have made will be as important as the relationships that we were born into. Sisterhood gives us an amazing amount of strength to face the things that come before us that are seemingly not faceable at times. Often I think of my ancestors who are linking me to the past, but it is my sisters who are linking me to the future. We get to our future together by joining our hands together in sisterhood. The saying of WRJ is stronger together, and it's definitely true. I wanted to let you know that this week's Torah portion was my bat mitzvah Torah portion.
Sorry to hear that.
It's a very hard Torah portion when you're 13 years old. It was 48 years ago, talking about leprosy. But I have learned through sisterhood that the Torah itself, you take parts of it and you look at different meanings of it. And I kind of look at leprosy now a little bit different than I did when I was 13. I look at it in relationship to Women of Reform Judaism. I think that it's not so much on the outside. We all look different on the outside, and that's what people did. They look different. But I think we're all the same on the inside. We all have a good soul and a good heart. We are women that work. We are women that stay home. We are women that do multiple things. And that's why we look different on the outside. And that's how I look at the word leprosy. I think when you get older, you look at Torah portions differently than you did when you were little. Every woman of all our congregations are Reformed Jewish women. Therefore, they are women of Reformed Judaism, known as WRJ. This past December in San Diego at our assembly, we celebrated our 100th year. We're 100 years old. And that is not quite as old as the Jewish War veterans, but we're getting there. Recently, by spending time with my 3-year-old granddaughter, I realized everything's a why. I was sewing my other granddaughter's coat, and the 3-year-old asked me, "Why are you sewing it?" And I replied, "Because it's torn." Then the question was, why is it torn? And I replied, because it got too tight. And again was another why. I said, because she got bigger. And once again, why? This went on for quite a while until the cut was finished, and we went on to another why. Well, WRJ, I'm sure a lot of members ask why. Why, what, who, and how, and all those questions. Why do we belong? Why do we pay dues? What can we do for WRJ? What can WRJ do for us? How can we help the Jewish community we live in and in the world? How do we get involved, and what do they have to offer? I hope I can enlighten you just a little bit in the next few minutes. But if I don't answer your questions, WRJ has a website, www.wrj.org. So there is just loads of information there. I was trying to look at what I should explain to you tonight, because that's what Bethany asked me to do, is to kind of get you in that WRJ mood that you want to do things for WRJ. So like your streamlining, I looked on the internet and I looked at Wikipedia. And it was a very good explanation, so I have it here. Women of Reform Judaism, WRJ, formerly known as the National Federation of Temple Sisterhood, is the women's affiliate of the Union for Reform Judaism. As a primary women's organization in the Reform Jewish movement, WRJ represents over 65,000 women. WRJ advocates for social justice, raises funds for charities and rabbinic scholarships, educates congregational leaders. Did you know that in 1972, the National Federation of Temple Sisterhoods were instrumental in the ordination of the first American female rabbi, Sally Presed? In 1963, the National Federation of Temple Sisterhoods had approved a resolution at its biennial assembly calling on the Union of American Hebrew Congregations, which is now known as Union for Reform Judaism, also the Central Conference of American Rabbis, the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, to move forward on the ordination of women. We also have the YES Fund, its youth education special projects, and it's maintained by WRJ. We support the National Federation of Temple Youth Group, the Hebrew Union College, and Religious Action Centers, where our money is raised and goes to. We also support the Abraham Geiger College, the first seminary to ordain a rabbi in Germany since World War II. WRJ has also written the Torah, a woman's commentary. I have a copy of it with me if you'd like to look at it. I'm not going to go into a whole lot what it is, but it's women's points of view on each Torah portion. It's written by lay leaders, by professionals, and our members. It was a project that started in 1992 and was published in 2008 by the URJ Press. WRJ has 8 districts. They're the Atlantic, Central, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, Northwest, Pacific, and Southeast, the last one being the Southwest, which you're a part of. And so is Arkansas, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Western Tennessee, and Texas, except for El Paso. This year is Nifty's 75th birthday, and NIFTY is the North American Federation of Temple Youth Groups. That's the youth groups of our movement. I bet you didn't know it was WRJ who pushed for their start of the youth program and has kept in touch with them and still stay strong ties. WRJ just donated a large amount of money for their 75th birthday. We also work with the Union for Reform Judaism with the legislative aid to keep our members informed of issues that need to be addressed, resolutions that are written on behalf of women, children, and human rights. Here's the personal part. I'm a product of NIFTY, and so are all my children. You've already heard that my oldest son is Rabbi Marshall Clavin. He decided when he was in youth group to become a rabbi. My second son and the father of 2 of my granddaughters has taken what he learned in youth group to be a vice president in St. Louis for the chapter of Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Both Marshall and my middle son have Crohn's. My stepdaughter, even though really was not raised Jewish, has, when she was with us, developed some strong ties to Judaism. And that's because she went to youth group things too. So with my other granddaughter, they go to a Mommy and Me program at a Reform congregation. My youngest son, I'm really going to get teary-eyed because I always do when I talk about him. Would not be where he is today without the URJ camp, the youth group program. He has bipolar. He has ADHD and opposition defiance disorder. He never, ever succeeded at anything until he went to a URJ camp. I was so worried I must have called 10 times before I left the state of Indiana to make sure that they weren't going to send him home, because every other place he had ever been, he got sent home within a couple hours. He is now a grown adult, getting married in August. He lives in Israel. I really think I could benefit WRJ, the support they have for the camps, because I was a single mom for a while and could not afford to send my kids to camp. And with those scholarship monies, my child went. I'd always been a member of WRJ, but not active until Marshall decided to go to rabbinical school, and then I realized how important it was for me to get active. I'm sorry, I do get teary-eyed when I talk about it. So why pay dues? The dues goes to support each sisterhood, the district, the WRJ administrative costs. We have the lowest amount of staff of any professional organization, and we do tremendous things. When you join WRJ, you can work whatever you want to do, find your little niche, do it, and it's wonderful. I have found that WRJ has given me friendships, a Maj group. I've learned to cook. You just have to ask your local sisterhood president, and she will find out where your interests are and get you involved. That's all it takes. I gave Bethany some information on the upcoming camp retreat that we have. We have a retreat every year from the Southwest District. This year it's going to be at Jacob's Camp. It's the weekend of April 18th, 19th, and 20th. I also gave her a copy of the recent newsletter. I believe that you get it by email, right? And then if you want it, she'd be happy to forward it to you. I just have loads of resources in my brain, and I don't want to stand up here and tell you everything, but I'm available for you to ask questions to. Again, I want to thank you for being part of the Southwest District and allowing me to come speak to you today. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And Soozi will be here not only for Oneg Shabbat, but also for Torah study tomorrow, where we'll pull out the green Torah, women's Torah commentary that we usually use, and we're glad she's here. You have things you'd like to tell us, Mr. President?
Sure I do.
We had an extra long page.
Okay.
And good luck with this. You're going to find that everybody has to speak really quickly today because we had lots of things to say, lots of things to do, and not a lot of time to do it. They're talking as fast as they can.
No, it's all good. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Jeannie, Sam, thank y'all so much for your presence, and everyone else being here is always special, and our special guests. We are, of course, welcoming Soozi, and I don't need to read that again, and I don't need to read
No, we know there
that.
now.
And the North Louisiana Jewish Film Festival begins this Sunday and runs through Thursday at the Robinson Film Center. There are brochures in the foyer with the schedule of the movies. The first movie is Hava Nagila at 3:30 Sunday. The festival reception is 5 p.m. this Sunday, followed by a screening of Putzel at 6 p.m. I'm going to go see that one, which is then, because who's not a putz? And which is then followed by a Q&A with Jason Hayet, who must be the director. Where else can you get a drink and watch a movie? It's good. Go to the Robinson. It's a great cause, and it'll support the festival. The Congregational Seder will be on the first night of Passover, which is Monday, April 14th. The sisterhood will be preparing the whole meal this year. No catering other than all in. They got so excited about our new ovens and stoves, and if you haven't seen them, go check it out. It's really hot in the kitchen right now. If you want to help clean the kitchen to get ready for Passover, who loves to clean? Contact the office for details. If you want to help cook for the Seder, contact the office for details. If you want to join us for the Seder, contact the office for details. Please fill out a reservation form and submit your payment. The early bird reservations are due April 7th. The deadline for all reservations is April the 9th. If you submit reservation requests after April the 9th, you have to clean all by yourself. The cost will be higher, and we cannot guarantee that your food will be hot. No, requests will be honored. We have those warming trays. The warming tray is spectacular.
Yeah.
You should try it. Just bring something and warm it up. Passover services will be the day after the services. Passover services will be
The day after the Seder.
the
Sorry.
day after the Seder,
Yeah.
Tuesday, April 15th at noon. Yizkor end of Passover services will be Monday, April 21st at noon. The office will be closed both of those days in observance of the Passover holy days. Join us for Tat Shabbat Saturday morning, April 26th, from 9 to 9:30 a.m. This service is led by Rabbi Jana and is designed for pre-readers and others who want to enjoy the fun service and going around the sanctuary. Sunday, April 27th, we will have a superhero blood drive in memory of Zach Gio from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. I believe we're going to do it inside this year. We're not going to use the bus. But if you know that you're coming, please let the office know, because we've committed a certain number of units of blood. And for some of us, they like to get your platelets too. So come early, stay late. Sunday, April 27th, the community will worship and remember together for the 31st annual Community Holocaust Memorial Service. This year, it will be at the Christian Center Church at 4 p.m. All of this and much, much more, of course, is in your bulletins, on our website, and just come on by and we'll share it all with you. Donations were made to B'nai Zion or for Pulpit Flowers in memory of Brad Lee Batterby, thank you, by Jeannie Ward, in memory of A.A. Gilbert by his family, in memory of Edmund Golden by Margaret Rifkin. Thank you.
I need 4 strong guys to come help me with this chuppah. You don't have to be very strong, but I need people to hold it up. Come on up. Thank you, sir. Yes. And if your birthday or your anniversary is in April, I need you to please come and stand here. We know who you are. Come on. I've got my list. Your anniversary. Come on.
It's not a solo act.
That's right. Birthdays. Yeah, last year she had a solo.
Come on down.
Oh, I like this. I love when we get to celebrate together. I'm going to sneak past, excuse me. God of days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of all of our friends here. Be with them always as the joy of their life. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual love and reverence. Then will our lives be filled with abundance of blessing. And we're going to say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. We are grateful, God, because you gave us life, you sustained us, and you brought us to this very special time to celebrate together. Mazel tov. You may be, go back to your seats. I need everyone under 13 to come help me open up the ark. If you're under 13, come help open the ark. Everyone, please turn to page 148. And when we get our under 13 crowd, is she coming? Come on, Sophia, you coming? This is your turn, too. Page 148. And as they are ready to open the ark, please get ready. Stand up. Come on, Sophia. Good. Thank you. You're a nice guy. You know that? Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liyotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu modim lifnei melech malchei hamachim hakadosh baruch hu. And in the middle of page 149, we continue singing. V'ne'mar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. We put your Torah back in. Thank you. Whoa. Close that ark. We close the big ark. Come on out. Thank you, Sophia. You like the handle is pretty cold, huh? You may be seated. Thank you, everybody. Let's hope. Uh-huh. Thank you, my dear. Can you push him all the way up? Thank you, Josh. We continue on page 151. And obviously this week, our hearts and our prayers go to the military community of Fort Hood and their families. We pray that this never happens again. It's especially a tragedy when it happens on our own soil with people that we could have helped, and we pray that this will never happen again. We continue on page 151. Our thoughts turn to those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We continue on page 153. Life is finite. Like a candle, it burns, it glows, it is radiant with warmth and beauty. Then it fades. Its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives, we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us in these past 30 days. We remember Betty Grant, Donna Dunn, Barbara Chesley, and Carol Birchfield. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own, those for whom we're observing yahrzeits this week in Kobe: Carol Manheim Crane, Myrtle W. Friedman, A.A. Gilbert, Edmund Golden, Charles D. Greider, Inez Hafter, Aubrey C. Harris, Mabel Can Landauer Levy, Julia Claire Pickvance, Phoebe A. Rabinowitz, Isidore Selber, Louis Silverblatt, Arlene Vernon, Norma Levy Weinstein, and Walter Wallens. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. The translation is on 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon u'v'yom echon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. I need those of you who are under 13 to boing up here as quickly as you can. Everyone else may be seated for a moment. Yeah, right here. Let's come in front. Right here.
That looks delicious.
It does look delicious, doesn't it? Please hold it. Oh, it's adorable and delicious. Come on up, Sophia. Make sure Sophia can come in. Everybody's there. All right, so hold on. Let me get you your microphone so we could sing for you. And everybody can have some of the birthday stuff going on. Ready? Go ahead, sing. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayerly said, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Go ahead, take some, take some. There's more challah for the grown-ups. Ready? Here, come on, grab and take. Everyone else, please rise for the closing benediction. Take some. Here, take some back to your families. Give it to other people. Go ahead, take it back. Take it up to Dad. Go ahead. Take some. Take a pass. Good. Here, take some crumbs. That's okay. It is a blessing for us to be together. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. Join us for some celebration. How'd you fix it? Not yet. Bonked something?